What's up? What's going on? What's going on, faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with the Niner Sickness podcast. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are doing great. It is Wednesday. We are itching closer and closer to Niner football, ladies and gentlemen. Niner football is almost amongst us. The game officially starts tomorrow between the Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But our game starts on Sunday, September 3rd at 1:25. Looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you for joining me here on the Niner Sickness podcast. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about most definitely today. We're going to talk about Fred Werner. Unless you guys have been underneath a rock, you guys should know by now that Fred Werner was activated and is now a full participant on the 53-man roster. We got Fred Werner back. He is back. He is back. He is back. And we're looking forward on seeing him play football for us. I'm glad to have him. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, sir? Kevin, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, brother? Fred Werner is back, and Debo has a chance to start week one. Beto, I think Eric is going to be smiling from year to year. Yeah, he's definitely going to be smiling. But you know what? It's okay, though. It's okay. If we get Fred Werner back and he plays and we dominate the Cardinals, that is a bet that I am willing and gladly willing to lose. I am gladly willing to lose that bet, meaning that we have Fred Werner back on the lineup. Kathy Sanchez, how you doing, girl? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast. Glad to have you here. David Williams, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast. Glad to have you here. Freddie Guzman, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast. Glad to have you here as well. Dawn, how you doing, Dawn? How you doing, girl? In case your daughters are watching, say hello to your wonderful daughters for me on my behalf, on the behalf of the Niner Sickness podcast. What's up, John? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast. We're gonna talk about Kyle Shanahan's press conference. We're gonna talk about they spoke on Dante Pettis. A couple of topics that were brought up, man, that I want to just talk with you guys, the faithful, as we get ready to face Week 1, the Arizona Cardinals. Kyle Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and company will be coming to Santa Clara to play the division champs, our San Francisco 49ers. And we're going to talk and we're going to try to break down. I'm not going to get deep into it because we have a show on Friday with the full crew, and we'll get more in depth and breaking down the Niners versus the Cardinals and what we need to do to be successful against the Cardinals, what players we need to look out for, and so forth. And that'll come on Friday, guys. So tune in on Friday at 7 p.m. when I get the full crew. We have the Boston Hater, Florida Mike, and E-Man, and we'll be breaking down more in depth the game against the Arizona Cardinals. What's up, Lucky? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, brother. Give me a second. Let's see here. Hey, Christopher. How you doing, Christopher? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, to the Niner Sickness podcast. Do me a favor, guys. Share this video. Share the video. Put it on your timeline. Put it on groups. Let your family and friends know. about the Niner Sickness podcast. Also, if you're not following me already, or following us, I should say, on the Niner Sickness podcast on YouTube, do me a favor. Go to YouTube under Niner Sickness, look for one of my videos, like it, subscribe to it, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. It's important that you like the video. It helps us out with YouTube. Show your support. Also, share our YouTube channel. Share our YouTube channel with your friends and family. Let them know to join an amazing platform of the Niner Sickness podcast, where you will be always getting the best information about your San Francisco 49ers. Let's see here. What's up, Richard? How you doing, sir? Thank you, Don, for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Richard, for sharing. David says, first time back. So is this your first time here on the Niner Sickness podcast, David? Or is this your first time back as a returning viewer to the Niner Sickness podcast? Please let me know. Hey, what's up, Boston Hater? How you doing, sir? Good to see you on here as well. Give me a second real quick. Give me a second. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Let me look at some more of the views. Yeah, so we're going to talk about certain things today, but we're not going to keep it in depth. Like I said, we're going to break it down. The Arizona Cardinals and the matchups between the Niners and Arizona, we're going to break it down more on Friday when we have the full crew on here. What's up, Joseph J. Gallivan? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast, all the way representing from Kansas City. Man, it must be hard for you to be in Kansas City right now, huh? Luis Moreno, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the show, brother. Okay. Most definitely, Nathaniel. I would definitely do that, brother. Most definitely. Yeah, man. So, I'm gonna name the I want to name the captains. They were Kyle Shanahan and the Niners named captains for against the Arizona Cardinals, and those captains are Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, Mike McGlinchey, Trent Williams, Eric Armstead, Richard Sherman, and our boy, Fred Warner. Now, the NFL says that we can have up to 8 captains this year. We only have 7. The number 8 is yet to be called. If the Niners decide to go with 8, we'll have to wait and see. But these are the 7, and I'll repeat it again. Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, Mike McGlinchey, Trent Williams, Eric Armstead, Richard Sherman, and Fred Warner are the captains of the game against the Arizona Cardinals. So we are looking good there. Most definitely, we are looking good there. How many of you guys are excited that we have Fred Warner back? Now, they can't discuss too much in detail about Fred Warner, but stating that he was only on the list for a week, it really much says that he didn't have the virus, he didn't consume the virus. I think he was around somebody that had the virus or was in contact with somebody that had the virus, and that was just being precaution and putting him on the list. But let that serve you guys as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that this year is going to be a year of dealing not only with injuries during the season, but we're going to deal with scenarios like Fred Warner. Now, Fred Warner going on the list just happened to be done prior to the season starting, but don't be surprised, and I hope it doesn't happen, knock on wood, but don't be surprised if a potential starter that you love on the team has to go on the COVID-19 list and will miss a week, 2 weeks, meaning they'll miss 2 games in the season. So prepare yourselves to that. I know you guys have been hearing this. I know you guys are not just living under a rock, but prepare yourselves for the scenario that there's going to be times that the Niners are going to mention so-and-so. It's on the COVID-19 protocol list, and most likely they're going to miss a game or 2 in the regular season. This is where the depth of our team comes into play. This is where having good backups to sustain the blow of our starter missing a game or 2 comes into effect. This is where the DJ Jones, the let's see here, the backups like Julian Taylor come into play. Okay, but hopefully that won't be a scenario for us. But we can't assume that we're going to play a full season and not have a player or a couple of players be put on that COVID-19 list. Prepare for the worst, always. And if it doesn't happen, more power to our team. I really believe this year, besides how much you prepare, how much you do in training camp, how much you play, I think the team that deals better with COVID-19 will be holding the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. I think that's going to be a very crucial point. Whatever team deals with the COVID-19 the best, chances are they will be holding the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. So that's something just to take into consideration, guys. Let me read some of the questions. Nate says, Debo for captain. Now, are you lobbying for Debo, Nathaniel? Or did you hear that Debo is going to be the captain? I'm not quite sure. What's up, Glenn? Of course, there's always room for one more, especially when you're a Niner brother. All Niner faithfuls are welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast until you're not. What I mean by that, as long as you stay respectful and you are cool and you don't bring up crazy, idiotic, like, let's start Nick Mullins over Jimmy Garoppolo because Jimmy Garoppolo had one bad game. Let's start Nick Mullins. As long as you're not one of those fans, I don't see you going anywhere here in the Niner Sickness podcast. Don't make that Boston hater boot you because you bring up Nick Mullins or Beathard over Jimmy G. You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to do that. Let's go with Bosa at number 8. Bosa is a very good opportunity. He could be one most definitely. George Martinez says, my takeaway, George, he is a beast. Okay, George, now you like Kittle because Kittle is a beast? Or do you like Kittle because he has your first name? And you guys share that in common. Be honest, George. Be honest. No, George is a beast. Definitely he's a beast. I'm excited for my whole Niner team. Puro Niners. Hasta la muerte. Niner Beto. Por vida, carnal. Por vida. Hasta la muerte, carnal. That's right. Red and gold until we're dead and cold. 100% agree with that. Representing always the red and gold. What's up, Nicholas? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast Show. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Is this your first time here in the Niner Sickness Podcast, Nicholas? Glenn says, I'm excited to see our young receivers. Me as well. I'm excited to see Brandon Ayuk, um, to see what he can bring. But you know what? I don't know what Brandon Ayuk is going to do. I don't. So my expectations for Brandon Ayuk are not high. Based on what I see throughout a few games, will give me a glimpse of what Brandon Ayuk may do for our team or may not do for our team. But the player that I'm excited to see is definitely Deebo Samuel as a starter, a complete starter, second year starter on the Niners offense. I'm looking to see Kendrick Bourne and have him continue to develop as that leader for the San Francisco 49ers as a receiver. I'm interested to seeing Trent Taylor back. We've seen glimpses of Trent Taylor, of what he can do when he's on the offense. I like Trent Taylor. So those are the receivers that I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see Dante Pettis. Is Dante Pettis ready to play? Is he out of his mind? Is he out of his head, I should say? Excuse me. Or is he still into his feelings? Is he still into his feelings where he's all emotional and, oh my God, I can't believe the coach yelled at me and the coach, he just called me names in front of everybody else? Or is Dante Pettis stepping into a manhood and says, you know what? I'm going to take that criticism that my coaches have. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to develop into a better receiver. I want to see what Dante Pettis' mentality is this season. Is he stepping up and be that receiver that we know he can be? Or is he going to continue to do what he did last year? Only time will tell. And it's truly up to Dante Pettis to see what happens with him. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Earl Thomas Jones Sr., how you doing, sir? Welcome to see you. I'm glad to see you here on the Niner Sickness Podcast. How you doing, brother? What's going on, Joseph? If Mahomes gets the virus, they will postpone the season. I'm serious, really, huh? Who do they have behind Patrick Mahomes? Nobody. I think Kansas City is so overrated. But I do like me Patrick Mahomes, though. I got to say, Patrick Mahomes. Do like that kid. He's special. Glenn says, Solomon Thomas needs a big year. Well, he needs a big year for a lot of reasons. This is going to be his final year with the San Francisco 49ers. I don't see the Niners signing him back, even if he has a good year. I just don't. We have Eric Armstead. Solomon Thomas is a miniature Eric Armstead. He plays the same techniques that Eric Armstead plays. He's not going to win that starting position. Now, if he becomes very valuable when his number's called, he's very effective coming off the bench. And depending on how much he wants next year, I can see him being part of the Niners team. But in all reality, I think Solomon Thomas, if he's smart, he should audition for other teams. He should play his butt off this year so other teams can see him and pick him up. Because I don't see him being part of the Niners in 2021. That's just my perspective of that. He hasn't planned out the player that we thought he was. His expectations as a third overall pick are just too high for him to stay with San Francisco. I think Solomon Thomas really needs a fresh start. I think Solomon Thomas needs a fresh start. And if he can go to another defense where they can utilize his skills, it will benefit Solomon Thomas. I think here in San Francisco, he's always going to be that one guy that was drafted third overall, and he's behind a player in Eric Armstead that was drafted 17th overall. So I really believe that Solomon Thomas' better days are over with the Niners, regardless of what he does here. Regardless of what he saw, regardless of what he does, how good he plays, I think he's auditioning for other teams. So keep that in perspective, Niner fans. For those that are big Solomon supporters. Now let me get back to some of these questions. Hey, Renjoy, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the team. Player I wanted to see is Juan Jennings. He's like Bolden. I wouldn't go as far to say he's like Bolden because I've seen Bolden play in live games in his career in the NFL. Juan Jennings hasn't played not even one snap in the NFL. So let's kind of hold our horses comparison to Bolden. Let's not compare him. That's crazy, man. Comparing him to a Bolden. Not even close. I with all due respect, Renjoy, I disagree. Juan Jennings is Juan Jennings, and his goal is just to make the team next year or maybe later on this year. That's his goal. But to compare him to Bolden, Aqua Bolden, it's ludicrous in my opinion. You got a possible Hall of Famer and you're going to compare this cat to him? No way. I'm not going to give him that much credit. That's just my humble opinion. What's up, Richard? Let's go, Taylor and Pettis and Bourne. Well, we're definitely going to have to ride with them. This year. We're still waiting to see what's going to happen with Debo and Ayuk. So, but I like our receiving core. I do, and I do like our receiving core. Do they need more playing time? Yes, but the potential's there. Absolutely, the potential's there. Arthur, what's up, Arthur? How you doing, Silva? Que onda, Beto? And I thought Ayuk was injured. I'm not saying Ayuk isn't injured. All I'm saying is I don't think he's injured as bad as people think he is. But in the same token, like I said a minute ago, I like Trent Taylor, I like Kendrick Bourne, and I like Dante Pettis, and I'm comfortable rolling with them in week 1. We have George Kittle, the number 1 receiver on this team. We have Jordan Reed. We have our running game. We have Jared McKinnon, hopefully stays healthy. So I'm not too concerned or worried about Ayuk right now, whether he plays week 1 or not. I am more concerned about Debo Samuel. I would like to see Debo Samuel week 1. Way more than I want to see Brandon Ayuk. Because I know what to expect from Debo Samuel. I don't know what to expect from Brandon Ayuk. You know what I mean? I don't know what to expect from Brandon Ayuk. I haven't seen him play in a down at all this year. So I'd rather see what we get from Debo. That's my more present. Is Debo going to play week 1? I'm comfortable with Bourne. I'm comfortable with Trent Taylor. And that's another one. Trent Taylor has been hurt. He has been hurt. And I want to see how he comes back after contact. I want him to take a first contact, and I want to see how he responds to contact. But very good question there, Arthur. And welcome to the Niner Sickness Show. Let's see here. Nathaniel says he's garbage. Eric Armstead. Don't quite. Is Eric? Are you saying Eric Armstead is garbage or Solomon Thomas compared to Eric Armstead? Not quite following there, brother. Niner Beto, facts. Sounds exactly what O said Monday. What's an O said? Please elaborate. Thomas Rose says, I think Thomas might show out this year. Again, I'm going to elaborate. Again, even if Solomon Thomas shows up, okay, he gets 6-7 sacks. Okay, and he has a couple of hurries. He's always going to be a backup. you guys got to understand that Solomon Thomas is always going to be a backup in the San Francisco defense. He's not going to outplay. He's not going to beat out a much bigger, stronger version of Eric Armstead. So Solomon Thomas, if he stays on the Niners roster, he will stay on the roster as solely as a backup. Now, if he wants starter money, bye-bye. Go and get that somewhere else. Maybe the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders will take you. He's going to be a backup. And truth be told, a third-round pick as a backup, paying him a lot of money, I don't think so. So if he does great, good for him. But again, it's because he's auditioning for other teams to see him on film and make a phone call in the offseason and say, hey, you want to come and play for my team? I don't see him being with the Niners in 2021 unless he takes a really friendly contract and he understands that he'll be nothing but a backup. But if you can be a starter somewhere else, why would you settle to be a backup here? I mean, would you want to be a backup if you can be a starter on another defense? That's why I don't see the Niners signing him, and I don't really see the interest of Solomon Thomas wanting to come back. Because he, as a competitor, he's going to want to be a starter. He's not going to get that opportunity here. So why not move on to a team that will give him that opportunity, in my humble opinion? Gotta go. Hubby just got home from work. Okay. Take care of your family, girl. Nice seeing you on the show. Have a blessed evening there, Don. Take care. Hey, James Bolt. Good evening, brother. Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast, sir. Christian Carver, how you doing, sir? Fred Warner is one of the captains for this year's Niner squad. Yes, he is, and well-deserved. Well-deserved, Fred Warner. I'm telling you, Fred Warner's a special kid, man. Don't be surprised if sooner than later Greenlaw gets that call at captain as well. Jose Munoz, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. This is going to be a big year for Kendrick Bourne. What do you think? Jose, if Kendrick Bourne has a big year, more power to him. That's amazing. If he has a great year, that's good for him. That's good for the 49ers. That means we are rolling and we are moving the ball around. But let's be realistic. Okay, Jose, let's be realistic. With Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and Jordan Reed. And if Jordan Reed stays healthy and does not fall into that concussion protocol situation, and he stays healthy, as much as of an improvement that Kendrick Bourne might make this year, his snaps are going to be limited. That's just the truth. They're going to call on his number, but his snaps are going to be limited. So I don't see him having more than 430 yards season, 4 to 5 touchdowns. He's more of your reliever. He's more of your move the chains when you're in the red zone and they bring the big jumbo packages. He might do that, but I just don't see enough snaps for him to have a huge 1,000-yard season and 13 touchdowns. Not with Deebo and Kendrick Bourne on there, and George Kittle and Jordan Reed. Not to mention a back-catching running back in Jarrett McKinnon and Mostert. It's just too many balls to go to too many to feed too many heads, and not everybody's going to get fed enough, but the guys that I just mentioned ahead of him. So I hope that Kendrick Bourne has a great year. I just don't think personally he's going to have enough snaps to have a blowout 1,000-yard season. I hope that makes sense, Jose. Um, Thomas compared to Armstead is garbage. Got it. Got it. That's what I kind of thought. Eric Paz, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast, sir. Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. What's up, Jose Avila? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Glad to have you here on the podcast, sir. Honestly, my biggest concern is our secondary. Do you think we improve in that group? Now, let me ask you a question, Jose. What concerns you about our secondary? And I'm being sincere. To answer your question, what is it that concerns you? Are you concerned that Sherman is not going to play up to par? Maybe Sherman begins to show his real age this year. Is that a concerning that you have? Are you concerned that is Akila Witherspoon going to play like the Akila Witherspoon that we know, or is he going to play like the Akila Witherspoon towards the end of the year? Or Mosley, Emmanuel Mosley, is he going to go backwards instead of forward? I mean, what is it that concerns you about the secondary? We had the best, almost best secondary last year. We're bringing everybody back. So my secondary doesn't concern me. Honestly, I'm not concerned about the secondary. We got to figure out who's going to be playing opposite of Uncle Sherm. But I'm confident that Robert Saleh, our defensive coordinator. Now, this year we're going to be playing more man than we played in the past. In the past, we played more we have played more zone. This year we're going to play with our new D-back coach. We're going to play a little bit more man. But I don't see. So it's the what do you call it? Safeties are not just going to be in limbo out in the field. They're going to have assignments. So I'm not worried about our secondary, especially with our front seven. As good as our front seven is, our linemen in the front, Bosa, D Ford, Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, DJ Jones, whoever's up in that spot, are going to be putting so much pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback's going to have to make timing adjustments on the fly. Quarterbacks are not going to be able to make their reads as much as they want. That is beneficial to our secondary. And when a quarterback makes a mistake, because of that pressure of our front four, you better believe our secondary will capitalize and make that quarterback pay for that mistake. So feel confident, Jose Avila, that we're going to be fine in our secondary, in my humble opinion. I hope I was able to answer your question there, sir. Christian, Beto, I DM'd you tweets 2029ers captains. Okay. I didn't see it, bro, but I kind of, the Boston Hater sent it to me as well, and I saw that, bro, but thank you. What's up, Ed Dominguez? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. You mean Werner. Now, I don't know if you're referring that to me or someone else in the chat. Richard Bryant, what's up, brother? Hey, Junior Montes, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. Much love, much respect, bro. Good seeing you. So is our defense good this year all around? Well, Arthur, I mean, listen, majority defensively, everybody's coming back on our defense except, I mean, think about it, Arthur. Everyone on our defense is coming back except DeForest Buckner. Now, with that said, DeForest Buckner is a great D tackle, arguably probably one of the top 3 D tackles in the NFL right now. That position and that player in particular will be missed. absolutely 100% on the Niners defense, but I believe with Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, I'm mixing those two together, and D Ford playing healthy and playing fast, I believe Javon Kinlaw will handle his own. I believe in DJ Jones stepping in. I like that spot with those two players. I don't see our defense getting worse. I see our defense getting better. Why do I say better, even though we lost DeForest Buckner? Well, let me tell you why we're getting better. If D Ford plays anywhere between 70 to 80 snaps, we got better. We got better. A healthy D Ford will be disruptive to quarterbacks. A healthy D Ford will be a nightmare for quarterbacks. Who are the tackles going to defend? Are they going to double team D Ford? Well, here comes Nick Bosa. Are you going to double team Nick Bosa? Well, here comes D Ford. Are you going to try to push the pocket inward? Well, there's Eric Armstead and DJ Jones or Javon Kinlaw waiting for you. Our defense will be better the more snaps that D Ford gets, in my humble opinion. I hope that answered your question there, Mr. Arthur. Let me get back to some more of these questions. You guys are doing great. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being part of the show. Let me see here. I believe Kinlaw just gonna take over that position. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see, Jose. Kinlaw is gonna have to earn, in my opinion, that position. I don't care where you're ranked. I don't care where you're drafted. I don't care if you're number 1 overall, 31 overall. If you're drafted in the first round, second round, third round, you got to earn your playing time. If he plays more snaps than DJ Jones, then he has earned and he has got the confidence of his coaching staff, and he deserves to be in that lineup. If he hasn't, then move over and let DJ Jones come in and do his thing. It's not about your name, per se. It's not even where you got drafted. It's what are you doing and what are you showing the coaches that they can trust you on game day to be that player and that at your position is what I see. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your questions. What's up, Chemo? My brother from another mother. How you doing, sir? I think our receivers will have a good game Sunday. It's because after hearing from a Cardinal fan, I wonder who that fan is. Wink, wink. Red Birdies are going to be more concerned about our running game and Kittle factor, and feels that our receivers and our quarterback will not be a factor. And you disagree. Like I mentioned before, Chemo, to that particular Cardinal fan, your job is to get out of fourth place in the West. You came in the fourth place. You came in the gutter. You were in the basement. You were the fourth best team in the West. Get your team out of the fourth spot, get into the third, and come and talk to me about who you care about, who you're going to defend on our defense or not, or on our team. Get your team out of the gutter first, man. I don't care what the fan base says of the Cardinals. I don't care who they're going to prepare for. I don't care who they think is a factor or not a factor. The Niners know who they are. They know their identity. The San Francisco 49ers know their identity on offense, and they know their identity on defense and on special teams. They do not care what other fans or other players think they're good at or what they're not good at. They know who they are. And as long as we have Niner football played on Sunday, we are unbeatable. Long as the Niners play sound, smart, mistake-free football, that W will be coming to us come Sunday. What's up, Martin Rodriguez? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. How's the kicker doing this year? I haven't heard too much about Robbie Gould, and that's a good thing. I haven't heard anything negative or positive, but that means to get Robbie Gould is Robbie Gould, man. He's clutch. He's clutch. I'm not concerned about Robbie Gould at all. Let's see here. Pick your poison, Arizona. Absolutely. The Arizona Cardinals coordinator is having nightmares right now, trying to scheme a game plan for Deebo Samuel, possibly Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Jordan Reed, Kendrick Bourne, Trent Taylor, Dante Pettis, and our hell of a running game by Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, Wilson, which I don't think Wilson will be playing anyway, but Jarrett McKinnon, one of the best catching running backs there is in football. So they have their hands definitely filled on who are they going to cover. And I like it. I tell you the truth. I know the kid Kendrick Bourne has a lot of drops, but he has put up the biggest numbers out of our receiving group. Well, that's because he had more opportunities. Given that Deebo was a rookie last year, we didn't have Emmanuel Sanders. Pettis was playing like crap. Kendrick Bourne got more opportunities because of that. And of course he played good. I want to make sure you guys are aware. I love Kendrick Bourne. I'm a big Kendrick Bourne supporter. So I don't want you guys to take it like, man, Niner sickness, it seems like he's against Kendrick. I'm not against Kendrick Bourne, but I'm being realistic. This year, as good as he was last year, and I'm not saying he's not going to be good this year, but his number of snaps are not going to be that high because of Deebo and Ayuk, Jordan, and George. So tether your expectations a little bit less on Kendrick Bourne not because he's not able to play good, but because he's not going to get the opportunity as much as he should. Now, if he proves me wrong, I'm okay with that. If Kendrick Bourne has a breakout season, oh my God, 800 yards, and I'm like, you know what? I'll gladly eat some humble pie because it benefits us as a team. So if Kendrick Bourne blows up and just has a spectacular year, I will gladly eat some humble pie and say, right on, Kendrick Bourne, I was wrong about you, buddy. I just don't see it happening, but I would do that. Because that means our team is better. Obviously, besides Kittle. Sure does, brother. Let's go, Niners. Let's go. What's up, Jay Flores? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast Show. How you doing, sir? Beto, if you can play football, what position will you be? Well, right now, at the size that I am after my injury, a lot of you guys know I suffered an injury that left me paralyzed from my waist down for 10 years. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't move anything from my waist down for 10 years. And unfortunately, as a Latino, I love to eat, but my mobility stopped completely. And therefore, I gained the weight. So if I had to play now, I would love to play D tackle. stop that run. I love defense. Or I'll play a guard, or I don't know if I can play tackle that well. I think it would be more of a guard, right guard, left guard. But I would love to play a D tackle, and I don't think I'm fast enough to be on the edge. So to answer your question, Junior, it would be D tackle. Now, when I played in high school, I was a linebacker. I played linebacker and I played safety and linebacker. You may be like, whoa, you play safety and linebacker? I was not this big in high school. So, yeah, I was a linebacker. I played linebacker and safety in high school. A little bit tight end. Not that much, though. So, hopefully that answered your question there, my brother. Good question, by the way. Richard Bryan says, we should have a number one defense, I think. Don't think, brother. No, we will have a number one defense. Now, I don't see a defense better. The only defense that competed with us last year was the New England Patriots. And a lot of their players opted out this year because of the COVID-19. So I don't see that defense being anywhere near it was in 2019. So there's no reason why I cannot believe that the Niners defense won't be the number one defense come at the end of the 2020 season, in my opinion. What's up, Joseph Hayden? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast, bro. Welcome, sir. Let's see here. Martin Rodriguez, we are going to have a monster year on running the ball. Excuse me. I could see special plays on that. We are. But you know what, guys? As much as you think we're going to run the ball, don't be surprised if we start airing the ball. You're like, what? Airing the ball? Don't be shocked if Garoppolo starts throwing the ball, deep balls this year. I got a feeling, I got a hunch that we're going to see a lot of yards through the air this year. And I'm excited about that. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Kyle Shanahan called a few deep balls. Now, to whom, I don't know, but I see that happening. We're going back to the Super Bowl. I don't see why not. Now, it's not going to be an easy transition, but I don't see why not. The Niners are getting, I think they're getting 17 out of their 22 players back from last year. I don't see what people think that we may have a Super Bowl what's the word they use? Super Bowl. I don't know exactly what they say. Super Bowl drought or Super Bowl something they call it when you don't make it back to the Super Bowl. I don't see that happening with our offense as good as it is, our defense as good as it is, and our special teams and our coaching staffs. I just don't see that happening. So. I'm going to be coming to a close pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have been amazing. Amazing. Let's see here. Remember to share my video, man. Remember to share the video on your Facebook. Share it with your friends and family. Put it on Niners pages. And also follow us on YouTube under Niner Sickness. Like our videos. Subscribe to our videos. And hit the notification. So every time we go live, you will be notified of our lives. And also follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram under Niner Sickness. We appreciate that. Let me read a couple more questions and we'll call it a day. You guys have been amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see here. What's the story behind this kid on our roster? He's a linebacker, Demetrius Fleming. Well, one thing I can tell you about this kid, Richard, is the coaches are in love with him. According to Nick Bosa, today in his press conference, they are in love with this kid. But he's just a kid they're going to bring in as a backup. I'm not too concerned about him, whether he's good or not. My main three guys is K1 Alexander, Fred Warner, and Dre Greenlaw. As long as we have those three monsters on the field, everybody else can just, look cute. Wearing that, I don't know, that sounded kind of, look manly on the sideline wearing the uniform. Let's see here. Jay Flores, we're going to smash on other teams if everyone stays healthy. I don't see why not, Jay. I don't see why not. Not only healthy, but they got to play smart. Jimmy Garoppolo got to play smarter. Don't fumble the ball, Jimmy. I don't really care about interceptions. That's gonna happen. But be smart. Don't fumble the ball, Jimmy. That's what I want Jimmy to focus more on this offseason and this season. What's up, Brian Lee? How you doing? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. What about Jimmy? I just answered a little bit about Jimmy right there, brother, right before I even read your comment. Do you think our new receiver will fill in comfortably for Sanders? Brandon Ayuk hasn't played a down in the NFL. I don't know what to expect from Brandon Ayuk. And if you think you know what to expect from him, you're kidding yourself. Let's be realistic. The surface is high. The ceiling is high on Brandon Ayuk. I like what I saw in Arizona in college. The kid looks like he's special, but he hasn't played a down in the NFL. So I'm kind of tethering my expectations on him a little bit. I want to see a few games with him in action to get a better evaluation of what I think about Brandon Ayuk. But until then, I don't want to disservice him by saying he's going to suck, and I don't want to overrate him by saying he's going to be really good. Let's tether our expectations down a little bit. Let's watch him play a few games based on what he shows us on film. Then we can come back on the show and give a better assessment of what he looks like and what he can possibly be on our team. Is that fair enough there, Jeff Carter? I hope I was able to answer that. Kinlaw will take a year before he makes it as a starter. That's hard to say. I see where you're coming with that, Arthur, but that's hard to. It all depends on, you know what it depends on? On Kinlaw. It all depends on Javon Kinlaw. How fast he picks up things, how fast everything slows down for him, how fast he reacts and doesn't overthink things on the field will determine if he's ready to go this year or if it's going to take him a little bit longer to get to where he needs to go. And it's all on him. Let's just support him no matter what. Let's support him. If he takes off like Bosa did, more power to him. If it takes him a while, we got to give our players at least a minimum of 3 years to truly evaluate someone's potential on our roster. At least a minimum of 3 years. Now, the problem is when you get drafted high, the expectations are so high that you don't want to wait 3 years. You want to see production year one. But is that really fair for a player? For a developmental standpoint? Just because he's a high draft pick doesn't mean he's going to be a Nick Bosa. There's only few Nick Bosas that come into the NFL ready to rock. Let's give him at least 3 years to truly see what we got in Javon Kinlaw, in my humble opinion. What's up, Mr. Esparza? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast Show. What's up, brother? No one in the secondary can stop Kittle. all the Cards have is wide receivers and a good quarterback. They added Simmons, but he's a rookie out of Clemson. I like him as a Clemson Tiger fan. I like him. I think he's gonna be a great addition to the Cardinals, but I think it's gonna take him a little bit to adjust to that defense. And Kittle is too much of a pro to get beat by a first-year linebacker. I just don't see it. But years to come, the battle between Simmons and Kittle are going to be fun to watch, to say the least, in my opinion. I read you loud and clear, my brother Beto. I don't know what I said that you... I say so many things, bro. Unless you break it down specifically, I don't know what you're agreeing with me. That I'm a nice looking guy? Okay, I got you. Everybody's like, what? Did he just go there? Well, if air quality don't clear up, looks very ugly. Yellow, orange, out. Yeah. Now, what I did hear by Kyle Shanahan today in his press, that even though it looked orange and it looked cloudy, the air pollution was, I believe, at 61. Normally, they can do up to 150 when it gets bad. At 61, it wasn't too bad. So as long as we can keep it at 61, under 100, even though it looks bad to the eye, I don't think it'll be such a situation which is going to hurt the players on the field. Now, real quick, as I come to a close, they asked Nick Bosa a question, the reporters. And they asked Jimmy Garoppolo the same question. And I think it's ironic these reporters, man, they asked these questions, okay? What kind of answer do you think they're going to get by Jimmy G or Nick Bosa? This is the question that was asked to both of them. Going into the 2020 season, with no fans in the stands, how are you going to do to self-motivate you to play the game? Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? I'm a fan. You guys are fans. But trust me, these guys are professionals. Jimmy G and Nick Bosa, they don't need me and my pom-poms. They don't need you and your pom-poms to get motivated to play a game. They are skilled at their positions. They are pros. Pros. Okay? When the game starts in the trenches, do you think they're like, oh, let me hear the fan base. Oh, yeah, they're rocking it. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. The fans are going to be missed. Absolutely. The hoopra, the rah-rah. But the players are pros. Now, people said, well, every time you go out there, Jimmy Garoppolo, and you're lifting up your arms and you're getting the crowd going, are you going to miss that? Jimmy Garoppolo does that for the fans. He doesn't do that for himself. Jimmy Garoppolo coming out of the tunnel with his arms lifted, getting the fans going, is for the fans, to get them going, to get them excited for the game. It is not something he needs to do to get himself motivated. Jimmy G, Nick Bosa, and company, they are pros. They don't need the fan base to get themselves prepared for a team. So when they ask that question, to me it's a ridiculous question. And if you look at the press and you look at Nick Bosa when they asked him that question, he has that look in his face. He has that look like he's not going to be disrespectful, but like, really? Really? You asked me that question? Like, how do you want me to answer this? Because clearly, Nick Bosa cannot answer it the way he wants to answer it, truthfully. So, give me a break, guys. And when I say guys, I'm talking about the media. Give me a break, media. You guys are crazy. Let me read a couple more comments and then we're going to call it a day. A practice squad guy, scrub talk. Really? What's up, Peter? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the Niners Sickness Podcast. Niners, baby. Absolutely. Niners all the way. Jeff Carter, if Reed stays healthy, we can give gave. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I think you meant to say give best tight end tandem. Oh, we can have. Got you. I think you meant to say have. We can have the best tight end tandem in the league. How would you like to stop that every week? 100% there, Jeff. 100%. Agreed. If he stays healthy, watch out. Our 22 personnel is going to be fun to watch. What's up, Kenny? Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast. How you doing, sir? Shout out to you. We're going to wreck the Cardinals. Yes, we are. If the Niners play 49er football, if the Niners play the way they know how to play, I don't care how fast Murray runs. I don't care. Murray is going to get his. Kyle Murray is going to get his place. But if the defensive stays disciplined, do their job, don't overreact, stay in your gap, we will be fine. Defense stays in their gap, doesn't over pursue, doesn't over try to do too much, try to think too much. Keep an eye on the knees. Follow the knees of Murray and tackle his ass when he starts to run. Hit him hard. Let him know, are you going to run? We're going to hit you. If you want to run, go ahead and run, buddy. But you're going to get hit, and we're going to remind you, we are here. We are here. Go ahead and run, Kyle Murray. Go ahead and run. We're going to smack you each time you run. As long as the Niners stay humble, not really humble, but stay disciplined, stay in their gaps, don't do too much, don't overthink, we will be fine against that little munchkin they call Murray. We will probably be in a 12 personnel much more than a 22. Yeah, I see that. I see that happening, but there'll be some 22 out there. But a 12, I see a 12. Do you think we might do even a 13, possibly? What's your thoughts on that, Nate? 13 personnel? Ismael Ortiz, welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. How you doing, brother? Glad to see you here, brother. Glad to see you here. You're one of my boys. Beto, you look ready. Maybe we should play you at center. Nah, bro. Don't let this big hunk of body deceive you. I can't play for crap. I'll be like, don't hit me. Don't hit me. Jones, stop it, Jones. Stop it. No, just kidding. Oh, I cannot believe I just did that. Don't worry. The closest I'm coming to being anything with a G word in front of it is I'm very happy. In short yardage, except some 13 personnel. Got it. Okay. I like that. I like that. Arthur, yo, Beto looked like an offensive player. Okay, now see, you guys started to pump me up. You guys are gonna pump me up. I'm gonna have to go to McDonald's and get me a burger just to calm myself down. Don't pump the boy up, but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. My chair just went down. I bought a new chair, by the way, but I've been too lazy to get out of the car. and to put it together. And this chair kind of goes down. It's an old chair, so I just sunk down. So if you look at the mic is higher than I am. Look at the mic's in my nose. I'm talking through my nose. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Corey A. Davis, what's up, Corey A. Davis in the house? My brother from another mother is in the house. Welcome to the Niner Sickness Podcast, brother. Good to see you, Corey. Good to see you, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, I agree. I agree, Nate. Me and you not always agree on a lot of things, but I agree there. Goofy is part of my personality. I am definitely goofy, man. It's all good. Arthur, get a Big Mac. Bro, I don't need a Big Mac. My wife heard you right now. She's like, what? Stop talking to him, Arthur. That boy does not need a Big Mac. He needs a salad. I'll buy the salad while I eat the Big Mac. How's that? Can't forget the milkshake, right? Ooh wee. Strawberry milkshake? Come on. But not from McDonald's, man. Those milkshakes from McDonald's. Not from McDonald's. Hey, Tanya. What's up, girl? Welcome to the Niner Sickness podcast. Good to see you once again. I hope Gerlin is ready. We would have to wait and see. I haven't heard anything yet. I heard he didn't practice today. So we're going to have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, it's been over an hour. I wanted to be an hour or less. It's been a little bit over an hour. You guys are amazing. We appreciate what you guys do for the Niner Sickness podcast. My name is Niner Sickness. I came on solo today. My boy and my other better half of the cast, Mr. Boston Hater himself, is on the comments. Our boy Florida Mike and E-Man is not here tonight or today, but Friday. Catch us on Friday. The full panel is here ready to rock and roll. We're going to break down the game against the Arizona Cardinals more in depth for you guys, so you don't want to miss out. Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I repeat, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go live, all four of us, and we'll break down the game against the Arizona Cardinals for your viewing. We appreciate Philip Humphrey. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. Real quick, James Edwards. Welcome to the show, brother. I just want to acknowledge you guys before I go. And remember, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Share our YouTube channel so that we can get more people to subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified each and every time we go live. Share this video on your personal page. Share it on 49er groups. Do your part as we do our part. And together, we will have fun and enjoy each other. I was almost going to say, let's make America great again. No. Oh, crap. I believe I said that. All right, guys. I am out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the Niner Sickness podcast. Again, you guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging out with the Niner Sickness and the Niner Sickness podcast. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see here. Boom. All right, guys. Good night and God bless.
10, 9,